I wondered how long it would be before this happens. They're basically refusing to cooperate, and I'm not sure what he's going to do, although there's some police officers right behind him. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm with the MMDA just across from Robinsons Galleria on EDSA, and we'll watch as they issue tickets for jaywalking, coding, using the yellow lane, and other violations that they might spot. That's a ticket for jaywalking along EDSA. And that's one ticket issued to this private vehicle for using the bus lane. Already issued a ticket, and now they'll send him on his way. And they also stopped this motorcycle rider, same thing, using the yellow lane. And one more private vehicle stopped here from the yellow lane. They're just issuing a ticket now. There's actually a lot of footbridges all around this area, so that people don't need to jaywalk, and there are signs everywhere saying do not cross here, no jaywalking. So there's a lot of warnings for people, and there's an alternative legal option. Of course, one of the many complaints is if you ticket a regular person, shouldn't you also ticket the vendors? Nearly got splattered by the bus. Oh, what a jerk, he just threw that on the floor. What a crazy loading, unloading over here. So dangerous. They just brought in another alleged jaywalker. So again, they'll ask her for a name and other details and then issue her a ticket. From what I've seen, you're not required to show an ID, so I'm not sure how they can verify if you're giving the real details, but they are issuing tickets. They'll now escort that lady off EDSA under the supervision of MMDA. One more ticket being issued for a jaywalking on EDSA. He was planning to cross both sides, northbound and southbound. There's another lady here with all her shopping bags planning to cross EDSA. It's really so dangerous, that's why they made the footbridges. He's pushed her back to the side, and you'll see she's now taking the pedestrian overpass. That'll be one more anti-jaywalking ticket. So you see they're just issuing a ticket now to this gentleman for jaywalking. I'm not exactly sure where he was going, but he said he needed to get to the other side. Like I mentioned, there is footbridges here that go over EDSA, so everyone's safe. So a little old lady here that's about to try and cross EDSA. That's going to be so incredibly dangerous. Oh, I hope he gets there before she tries, because she might end up being squashed. See over here, the MMDA have actually installed a lot of barriers to try and stop people from crossing, and they just go around them, and that's one of the problems. Earlier I was standing over there and a group of girls came along. They looked at the sign, they discussed the sign about how it says no jaywalking. They looked over at the MMDA, they watched a few people cross, and because they saw, oh, they're not being cool, I'll do the same. And that's how it happens. Once one person does it, everyone follows. There's another lady here that just crossed EDSA, again right in front of the sign to say no jaywalking, and then she'll squeeze between the barriers. This lady's just crossed through the MMDA barriers. Let's see if she crosses. She's even left it open behind her so other people might follow. Now I'm sure some people will ask, how about those who physically can't use a footbridge, they can't use an overpass because they have an ailment with their body? Well, there are ground level crossings, and they're controlled by a signal light or a traffic light. They stop traffic and make it safe for you to cross. Just crossing anywhere you like is very dangerous, because some of these vehicles are going very fast, and a bus, he's not going to be able to stop. He's just going to run you down, and you're going to be squashed and you're going to be dead. This lady looked at the enforcer, and then she kind of thought twice about whether she's going to cross the road. Let's see what her decision is. Yep, she's going back. She looked at the footbridge, turned around, now she's asking the police officer, maybe... What's she doing? Oh, she's got PWD ID. Oh my god, she nearly got hit by a freaking motorcycle. She's not even looking before she crosses. More people just crossed through that barrier, unloaded by cars, but that would be illegal loading, unloading for the vehicle, jaywalking for those. But this motorcycle rider just unloaded his back passenger and she's gonna pass through. This is the tent for the MMDA Anti-Jaywalking field office, and here comes a lady that came down from the bus. She might be ticketed once she continues to cross over here because there is anti-jaywalking over there. She just removed her earphones now because she couldn't hear the enforcer, so she's going to cross EDSA with her earphones in. That's more dangerous. This man over here has a stalled motorcycle. He said no power. It looks like he's been pushing it for a long time. He's completely out of breath, so he's taking a little break before he continues his search for a repair shop. There's another guy running across EDSA. There's an enforcer behind him. The enforcer's here for the coding car, not for the man crossing EDSA, because enforcers for vehicles and enforcers for anti-jaywalking are completely separate. Anyway, they're still trying to get the license from this one. So far the driver's not willing to give it. Another guy just crossed the road right in front of the anti-jaywalking unit. You should see him pass behind this wall in a couple of seconds wearing a white t-shirt or some kind of white shirt. Oh, in fact, he's here. The driver of this one has already had his license confiscated. He has a temporary operator's permit, so that's what they've used in place of the license, and they're issuing him a ticket now for coding. There's another lady over here. There's another lady that just crossed EDSA. People just came through that barrier. Every time the MMDA close it, a guy in a smart blue shirt keeps opening it up again, and it's just encouraging people to go into the road. Here's that lady again. She'll probably just walk straight across. There she goes. Hope she doesn't get squashed between the buses. I wonder where these two guys are going. They're pushing trolley carts along EDSA. Where are they going? Surely they're not going to cross. Come on, guys. Oh my goodness, everyone's doing it. It's like a field day. Is he just gonna walk out without looking? No, he's gonna look. So hopefully he won't get squashed. They just stopped a couple more people over here walking along EDSA. Not sure if he's planning to issue them a ticket or just give them a warning. These two don't want to cooperate with the guy. I wondered how long it would be before this happens. They're basically refusing to cooperate, and I'm not sure what he's going to do, although there's some police officers right behind him, so they could come out and give support. The enforcers come in now, and he's trying to give support. So after a lot of huffing and puffing, he's got them over here and they're writing out the ticket now. And right now he's explaining the penalty, which is 500 peso or 8 hours of community service. A young lady over here, she did hand over an ID, so they'll be issuing a ticket. Of course, this is the point where jaywalking gets a lot more dangerous because it's very dark outside, and good chance drivers won't see you. Bus is so overloaded that the driver can't even change the gear. He was having problems. Oh my god, it's just dangerous. That's dangerous when you can't even control the vehicle anymore because there's that many people leaning on you. More people crossing EDSA here. Luckily there's not too many vehicles coming along at the moment, and it looks like some buses are loading, unloading, and that's why people are now running, literally running along EDSA. They have to hope that everyone sees them and, you know, motorcycle doesn't come swooping past or something like that. Of course the buses aren't allowed to load and unload here, but they do it anyway. Having buses on EDSA is not the problem. Getting them to follow the rules is the problem. And that's where the MMDA come in. They should be super strict on enforcement, and personally I believe the penalty should be higher because they're putting the safety of commuters in their hands. By allowing people to load and unload in the middle, for example, they're putting those people in danger. Whole group of people crossing here. Oh, big up truck. Okay, thankfully he went straight rather than turning. If you wonder how many of those people were getting there in the first place, a lot of them are actually coming from over here. Again, there are big signs, no jaywalking, do not cross here. There's signs everywhere, and I've seen them. They keep climbing over here, or they walk along here, and that's how they're ending up getting captured over there for jaywalking. So I mean, look above me, there's footbridge there, over there, it's everywhere. How many millions did that cost? It must have been so expensive. And some people are like, well, you know, I don't really want to use it, so I'll just cross even if there's a sign saying it's not allowed. They're standing right next to the sign that says no jaywalking. Oh my goodness, come on.